When I was growing up on warm summer evenings, most evenings my family would eat dinner outside and then play games until it became so dark we couldn't see anymore. One of the games that I love to play is hide and go seek. We've all played that game from time to time where one person would count to a certain number and the rest of the people would go and hide. And then that one person would try to find the people that were hiding. There are times in our lives when we are not living the way we should live and we try to hide from God. We sometimes will stop reading and studying His Word. We'll stop going to God in prayer frequently. And we might even skip a few worship services because we are either embarrassed or ashamed of the things that we have been a part of. Jeremiah chapter 23 verse 24 reads, "Can anyone hide himself in secret places so I shall not see him, says the Lord? Do I not fill heaven and earth, says the Lord." We cannot hide ourselves from God, no matter how hard we try. God says, "Do I not fill the heavens and the earth?" God is omnipresent. He is everywhere, and He sees everything. There is nothing that we can do and nowhere that we can go to hide from God. Adam and Eve found this out in the Garden of Eden. Genesis chapter 3, verses 8 through 10, Adam and Eve immediately realized that they had sinned by doing what God had commanded them not to do. When they heard the Lord coming through the garden, they were afraid and tried to hide themselves among the trees. Adam did finally answer the Lord and own up to what he and Eve had done. Just like Adam and Eve, we cannot hide ourselves from the Lord. Jeremiah asked the question, who can hide himself in secret places so the Lord cannot see them? It goes without saying that life is full of temptations. Satan knows exactly what to tempt us with, how to tempt us, and when to tempt us. He will even use our friends and family to tempt us to make things seem more appealing. We have to learn to recognize when Satan is tempting us and have the spiritual maturity to turn our back on him and walk away. Matthew chapter 16, verse 23, Jesus realized Satan was using Peter to tempt him to not go through the whole idea of dying for the sins of the world. So Jesus tells Peter to get behind me, Satan. It is those times when we are feeling lost, ashamed, tempted, and torn from the Lord that we need him most. When you feel tempted to hide from him, that should signal you that you need to run to him. I want to challenge us all to own our mistakes. I have something to tell you that I usually tell the kids. It's not about the mistake. It's all about the recovery. The best way to recover from our bad choices is to allow the Lord to help us make better ones. We are so blessed by his grace, but only if we choose to accept it.